Good evening. We will call the Platting Board for the meeting of June 9th to June 7th, 2023. May I have roll call, please?
Don Porter.
Present.
Jana Weltzine.
Present.
Ryan Moorman.
Present.
Zach Young.
Present.
Sam Laffey.
Present.
Stacy Wessel. Tom Gould and Brandy Pennington are excused. You have a quorum. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Motion to approve the minutes. Moved by Zach Young and seconded by Ryan Moorman. Were there corrections or objections to the minutes being approved? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. So, special order of business. Do we have any disclosures?
This is Sam Laffey. I have a disclosure.
Go ahead, Sam.
I was only able to attend a portion of last month's meeting, and I was not able to review the audio from that meeting, so I abstained from the consent agenda and from last week's meeting and from voting on the minutes from last week's meeting.
Thank you very much.
And through the chair,
Go ahead.
this is Jana Weltzine. I was not at last month's meeting. I did have a chance to watch the meeting and listen to it, and so I asked to be able to participate in approving the consent agenda.
Great. Thank you. Okay, but do we have enough? Okay, so we're reading into the informational items, the abbreviated plat for action summaries for 5/1/23, 5/15/23, and 5/24/23. So in terms of the consent agenda, we don't have enough to vote on the consent agenda because of absences, so we'll move on and table that until the next meeting. Excuse me. There is no old business, so we have new business. Moving on to public hearings, I will read the public process. I'll have to read both of them, right? Oh. So tonight we have a short board, which means when there is a short 5-member board or commission and a postponement is offered to and agreed to the petitioner, they will be moved to the next regular meeting agenda. This should occur within 30 days, which does not require re-noticing of the case, new public hearing notices, advertising. If the petitioner is willing to postpone but unable to attend the next available meeting date within 30 days, the petitioner has a one-time only option to choose the next date he or she can attend at no extra fee. Would the petitioner come forward, please? And state your name for the record, please.
My name is Mark Eid, E-I-D, and I'm with Far Point Land Services.
Great. Do you care to go forward with the short board, or would you like to postpone? Because with a short board, you have to have all affirmative for your case to pass.
I think the short board will be fine.
All right, great. Your selection is noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I open. Okay, gotcha. All right, so we're going to read the public hearing process. The Platting Board meets each month for the first and third Wednesday, except for holidays, as regular meetings. If the Platting Board fails to meet and complete its agenda for the regular meetings, the board carries over the remainder of the agenda to the following meeting. The procedure by which the public may speak to the Platting Board at the meeting is, after staff presentation is completed on a public hearing item, the chair will ask for the public testimony on the issue. Persons who wish to testify will follow the time limits established in the Commission's of Rules of Procedures. Petitioners, including all of his and her representatives, 10 minutes. Part of this time may be reserved for rebuttal. Representatives of groups, such as community councils, PTAs, etc., will be granted 5 minutes. Individuals will be granted 3 minutes. When your testimony is complete, you may be asked questions by the board. You may only testify once on any issue unless questioned by the board. Any party of interest wishing to appeal shall first file appeal with the planning director within 7 days of the board's decision made on the record. A written notice of intent to appeal in accordance with AMC 21.03.050A.4.A. Following approval of the written findings of fact and decision, any party of interest may, within 20 days, file an appeal by filing a notice of appeal and paying the appeal fee and deposit in accordance with Section 21.03050. The notice of appeal must be filed with the planning director on a form prescribed by the municipality. If the appellant is not the applicant, the appellant's notice of appeal shall include proof of service on the applicant. That concludes the statement. So we are we're going to public hearing. We would like to hear case S12720, staff's presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So before I begin with the code citations and reading the staff report, this case before us is rather elementary. It's the original 1977 Stockland subdivision, Lot 1, and Dowling Road was going to be improved, and the Alaska Department of Transportation came along and took a chunk that they thought was necessary. It was always a long, skinny lot to begin with, and now that the road project is complete, they are relinquishing back that portion, a portion of what they took, pretty much all of it except for a small piece. So I'll begin with my case here, but that's basically the whole point of this subdivision is they're just taking a piece back of what the state had acquired from them. So this is a request to subdivide one lot and one portion of property relinquished by state DOT into one lot with a variance from AMC 2108-030K2 lot dimensions at least 1/3 the depth of the lot. Width shall be Lot 1 of Stockland subdivision, as I said back in 77, was legally platted as a 50 by 310 foot lot. And then in 2001, a portion of that was conveyed to DOT for the purpose of the future right-of-way for the Dowling Road project. And as I said, they're relinquishing a portion of property back to the subdivider. That'll be incorporated in this new Lot 1A. No reviewing agencies had objections to the requested subdivision. There is a variance request that the petitioner is seeking to allow the new lot 1A to have a width that is less than 1/3 the depth. So the depth of the proposed lot would be 132 feet greater than permitted. However, staff finds condition 1 is met. The consolidation of the original lot 1 and the portion of the property relinquished creates the need for the variance. Both parcels of land will be owned by the same person and consolidated into one lot. And as it should be noted, this closely resembles the original platting action of Plat 7729. Staff finds condition 2 is met. The granting of the variance will not be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property owners in the area. The construction improvements to Dowling Road are complete, and the portion reverting back to Lot 1A is access to the right-of-way needs and can be effectively used by that property owner. Staff finds standard 3 is met. The variance will not have the effect of nullifying the intent of subdivision regulation. The granting of this variance will simply allow an I-1 lot with 13,790 square feet and approximately 132 feet longer than the regulation allows, but similar to the original configuration. Staff finds standard 4 is met. The consolidation of the property will allow the owner to use the property in a way that is not detrimental to the public nor an unreasonable use of land, as the necessary right-of-way has been acquired for the Dowling Road project, and this remaining portion can be conveyed back to the property owner for his use. So with that, staff finds approval of the plat and the request for the variance, subject to the conditions found on page 5 and 6 of the staff packet. I'm welcome to answer any questions you may have, and the petitioner's representative is here tonight as well.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions of staff? Anyone on the phone with questions?
This is Sam Lappy. No questions for the staff. Thank you very much for the presentation.
This is Jana, no questions.
Thank you. Would the petitioner please come forward? State and spell your name, please.
I'm still Mark Ide, EID, with Farpoint Land Services, and I'm the representative of the petitioner.
Thank you. You have 10 minutes. Oh, and would you care to reserve any of your time afterwards?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
We agree with all staff's recommendations. It is a pretty simple process or feat that we're trying to accomplish here. And we agree with all of the staff's recommendations.
Great. Thank you. You have 9 minutes and 42 seconds. All right. We'll be opening the hearing to public testimony. Anyone wishing to testify, please come forward. Oh, do we need to ask about questions? Okay. Are there questions of the petitioner? None. Thank you. Okay, so we will be opening the hearing to public testimony. Anyone wishing to testify, please come forward. There's nobody in the room. For the record, there's no one in the room. All right. Do you have any final words?
I just want to say thank you to the staff and all their work, and for the board for being here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. With that, we'll close public testimony. The matter now rests with the board.
This is Sam Lappy. I'd like to make the findings that this is a necessary plat change. It's quite simple.
Hey,
really.
Sam,
I agree with. Yep.
We gotta move and get the motion moving, and then we can go into findings.
Oh.
So I'll need a motion on the floor, and that's motioned by Ryan Mormon and seconded by Zach. Mr. Mormon, could you state your motion, please?
Through the chair, I motion to move case 12720 to approve a variance from AMC 21.08.030K.2 lot dimensions to a depth to width ratio, subject to recording a final plat within 24 months plus any time extensions.
Could on the phone mute your device? We're hearing some background noise. Thank you so much. Okay. Mr. Mormon, would you care to speak to your motion?
After reviewing the department recommendations and noticing that all standards have been met, I will move in favor of this.
Thank you. Mr. Laffey, if you wanted to make some findings at this point, it would be appropriate.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make the findings in support of staff. I completely agree with staff's presentation after reviewing the documents. And this is a very simple plat. I believe it's necessary. There is no interference with any other property owners. This is from all with the same property owner. There seems to be no negative impacts to the community, and this is really just a routine matter, and I am in favor of Mr. Mormon's motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Laffey. Mr. Young, would you like to speak to your second? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Ms. Weltzine, do you have anything to add?
Nothing to add, it's just that there was no negative public comments against the ordinance, the motion, and it seems like staff has covered all the bases, and so I'll be in support of this motion.
Okay, thank you. And with that, I believe that we would vote.
This is Sam Laffey. I'm in favor of the motion as presented. Thank you.
Ms. Watson?
Dana Weltzine, I'm a yes to the motion.
Thank you.
That motion has passed. We'll need a second motion as noted in the staff packet.
Just a second.
It's been moved by Zach Young and seconded by Ryan Mormon. Mr. Young, would you care to state your motion?
I move in case S12720 to approve the plat for 24 months, subject to the conditions shown in pages 5 and 6 of the staff report.
And would you care to speak to your motion, please?
I will be supporting this motion. It is the recommendation of the staff, and I find everything to make sense and for the standards have been met.
Excellent, thank you. Mr. Mormon, would you like to speak to your motion as well?
I will also, through the chair, speak to this motion. Again, for the approval, A, B, and of B, 1, 2, and 3, and of 3, A, B, and C.
Excellent, thank you. Do we have any other comments or findings? Seeing none, please vote.
This is Sam Laffey. I'm in favor of the motion.
Ms. Watson?
This is Dana Weltzine. I'm in favor of the motion.
Thank you.
The motion has passed. Excellent. So that concludes tonight's business. We have no reports. We would move to adjourn. I need a motion to adjourn, please. Moved by Zach Young and seconded by Ryan Mormon. Motion passes. And thank you to Ms. Weltzine and Sam on the phone. You've made the meeting possible, so thank you so much.
Of course. Have a great night, everybody.
You too.